Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Madison, and today I want to show you my entire anthurium collection as of right now, February 2023. So let's just get on into it here. I don't have a ton, but for me, I have a lot. Does that make sense? So let's just get on into it here. No particular order for anything. This is just literally right smack dab in front of me here. So we're going to start here. This is my anthurium veitchii. I guess I don't need to say anthurium for everything. This is just going to be just like the philodendron situation where I'm going to say anthurium like a million times. So maybe we'll get a counter going again or something because I just can't help it. But yeah, this is the veitchii, or the king anthurium. He is so cool. I'm not gonna lie, this leaf is like, he's very wonky. I'm not really sure what's going on. There we go. Maybe if I bend him, I don't really know, but he's really cool nonetheless. This is the anthurium that's got like those abs. That's kind of what this guy is known for. Let me flip him around so you can kind of see that a little bit better. He is working on a new leaf down here. Hopefully you can see that guy there. He's just starting, and all of the older leaves look really, really good. This guy's been really, really easy to care for. I would say it's like very similar care as like a philodendron or a monstera. Like you just kind of water it when the soil is dry and he's chilling. I don't even necessarily think that he would really need like the higher humidity of being in the cabinet. He's not in my grow tent, which is at like 80% humidity. He is in my Ikea greenhouse cabinet, which stays at like 60% humidity, maybe a little bit below that. So it's nothing like super crazy high, but definitely higher than like my average household humidity. But if he puts out another like really wonky leaf like this guy, I think I will go ahead and pull him out of the cabinet and put him somewhere else. But do you see what I mean by like wonky? Like, and he's so tall. Like, why, what are you reaching for, my dude? This is one of my newest ones to my collection. This is a clarinervium. I almost said the A word, but this is a clarinervium. She's so stinking cute. This was one of my very first like wish list anthurium because it is just the, I don't know, it's like that beautiful heart-shaped leaf that just like really got me, in those gorgeous veins, just really got me good. It's so, so beautiful. And it's one of the anthurium that many, many different growers say is like a great one to start with. Because it's just like a really, really hardy plant, supposedly. I can't totally speak to that yet, or I can't speak to that at all yet because I just got this plant in very recently, but it's so cute. Look at her. So yeah, I'm gonna move on really quickly from this one because like I said, I just got her in. I don't know what to say as far as care goes. I will tell you I am going to be caring for it just like I care for all of my other anthurium, which is to try to water it before it gets bone dry. I like to wait until it's about 80 to 90% dry, which obviously is really hard to figure out sometimes depending on the pot that it's in and all that. But that's my goal. That's my goal, is to water it before it is fully, fully dry. And then hopefully that'll keep this little guy nice and happy. But yeah, anthurium clarinervium. Let's do this guy next. This one is kind of struggling, so if you saw my plants that are struggling this winter video, you are familiar with this one, but this is the villanuerum. Villanuerum. I think it's villanuerum. Either way, beautiful plant, even with the, what I'm assuming is thrip damage on there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me kind of show you the other leaves here. We've got this little cutie. He's very shadowed there. And then we've got a little guy hiding out down here as well. And then this beautiful leaf. So pretty. But I love how the lobes are just like ever so overlapped there. I just think that is so sweet. Do you see what I'm talking about? Gorgeous. Oh, I love this plant. Even with that thrift damage, like I said, I just think it is so beautiful. This, I feel like, is another one of those hardy anthurium, although I will say, I don't think everyone thinks that, because I did get a couple people telling me when I first got this plant to kind of like be wary and be extra kind of cautious of this anthurium because they had had kind of rougher experiences growing it. So definitely take what I say or anyone else says with a grain of salt, because you just never know how things are going to grow in your environment. So far, knock on wood, it's been pretty good. This is the only leaf it's put out for me so far, but it is absolutely stunning and much bigger than any of the other leaves that it had put out. So I'm really, really happy with that. I am still definitely wary. Honestly, I'm wary of all of my anthurium. They still scare me, you know, like I've gotten past the point of like being too scared to purchase, but they're still scary plants to me because, you know, they're just kind of a little out of my wheelhouse. It feels like they're just so pretty. So velvety. I'm just always a little bit extra worried about my anthurium, and the villanuem is no different. But yeah, stunning plant, absolutely stunning plant. Definitely more kind of underrated, I would say. And as you can see, it grows really, really squatty. So if you're looking for an anthurium that is just super compact, this I think is a really, really good option because I feel like it's gonna stay really compact. So that's kind of cool. It's nice to have something that's gonna be a little bit smaller in the collection, but still hold its presence. You know what I mean? Let me show you this guy here. I don't know why I have him all tied up like this. Is it because he's so janky? He is. Okay, so I had him like double tied up here. Let me tell you what this guy is first off. I'm getting way ahead of myself. But this is the superbum. Let me show him to you this way. Isn't he cool? Such a cool plant. This is one of the like bird's nest anthurium. Super, super cool plant. Very like bumpy. It kind of reminds me of the veitchii with like the kind of ab situation that's going on here. See what I'm saying? Like, it's a really cool plant. I actually have two of these because I have no self-control. And I found them both for like under $20 each. So I mean, say no more, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're really cool plants, super, super hardy. I honestly forget about both of my superbums, probably more than I should, but they're both growing for me totally fine. This was just the easiest one for me to grab because I've been spraying him down relentlessly for pests. I will say, with bumps and stuff like that does come pests because all of the bumps along the back make for great areas for pests to lay their eggs and colonize and all that good stuff that we don't want to happen with our plants. So definitely watch out for plants like this because of that. You're just going to want to be making sure that you like hose your plants off in the shower or spray them down really regularly, or both. Both is actually probably preferred. I need to do my little like damp sphagnum moss mound all the way around the base. I would do literally from the soil to like the top of where it stops growing here, wrap the entire thing in damp sphagnum moss and then wrap that in like a little bit of cling wrap or something like that, just to kind of help that, moss stay nice and moist. Oh, and I didn't even show you that yet. The backs of the leaves, especially when they come in, this is the newest leaf, but it is already fairly mature. But you can kind of see, is that dirt? That better just be dirt. It is, it's dirt. But yeah, you can kind of see on the backs of the leaves there. This is the newer one, and it's got a little bit of that kind of maroony color still, just barely. But when they're brand spanking new, the backs of the leaves are super maroon color, and then the front of the leaf is more of almost like kind of like a coppery, bronzy color. It's beautiful. And then it all kind of fades to this, you know, nice dark green color when it's mature. Let's do one that is not so happy looking right now, but we're looking better than we were. So this is another plant that I got in my Equigenera haul, I guess you could say, in October. And when I got it, it had some roots, but they were pretty much all rotted. Like they were just toast. So I didn't quite realize it yet. So this plant has kind of been through a journey. First off, let me show him to you. Ooh. Ah, wow. This leaves a little bit better. Wow. So this is my anthurium queenum esmeralda. That's what this guy is called. So I will pop a picture up here so you can see what she looks like in her prime. Maybe I'll find a picture of what she looked like when I first got her, because this leaf, you guys, once upon a time, this leaf was absolutely incredible. This is the most expensive plant I've ever purchased at $85, which like honestly kind of pains me to say. But we're figuring each other out. We're growing. We're definitely growing. So yeah, when I first got this plant, like I said, she had some roots on there. I didn't totally realize or come to grips with the fact that the roots were pretty much toast. So I went ahead and potted it into soil, put it on top of my cabinet for a while, watched her slowly kind of curl in. All the leaves started to slowly curl in, and then I finally was like, what's going on here? Let's do some investigation and see what's happening here. And I disrobed the plant from its pot and its soil and realized that, yeah, it had no roots. They were all just totally mush. When I like pulled on the roots, the little like sheath would come off, and it was just like the little bone of the root, essentially. Do you know what I mean? And it was really, really sad. So I went ahead and moved it from the soil substrate to a moss, just like a nice damp sphagnum moss, to try and root it in there. Oh, and by the way, first it was in the soil for about a month, and then I moved it after a month to the sphagnum, left that there for about a month, didn't see any growth, not a thing, you guys, nothing. So then I eventually decided, okay, we're not giving up. We're gonna switch it up though. We're not giving up, but we're gonna switch it up. So I moved it to this, a little, just a water vessel, nothing fancy. I mean, it does kind of look fancy because I think flowers came in this at one point, but it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could just be a glass of water, and decided to just toss it in some water and see how we did. And it took another, I think almost another full month, and then I started to finally see some root growth. So now, I pull it out of here and show ya, we have some roots happening. I just changed the water, so they are very algae-y, but if I show you, oh God. If I show you down here, do you see these little teeny tiny strings here? They're like actually really hard. Those were once the roots that the plant had that had like rotted off, and that's that is what was left. So really, really sad, but we've got these beautiful roots growing here. We've got this growth point happening right here. Do you see her? Beautiful. And then, oh, did I lose it again? And then we have another growth point right here. Do you see that there? So we're making progress. I am going to continue to leave her in the water until I see a little bit more root growth, and then maybe until I see like something actually pop out of one of those, probably this top one, growth point there, so that I know for sure we're doing okay. And then I will chop this leaf back probably in the next week or so. I'm just gonna let it fully die off and just let it fall off on its own. That way it's giving the rest of the plant as much energy as possible. At least that's what it's gonna do in my brain. I don't know if that's really how it's gonna go down, but hopefully that'll work. We are making progress. It's not going to die. It's not gonna die. Knock on wood, it's not gonna die. Let's get the other really sad one out of the way since we're here. Since we're here and we're doing sad plants, bam. Again, if you saw my struggling plants video, you will have seen this beauty. This is, not once was, it still is, my Forgetii white stripes or silver stripes, something like that. This was from my very first Equigenera import quite a while ago now. And yeah, it was doing really, really well. I was actually able to cross-pollinate this plant with my silver blush, which we will get to, and made a bunch of seeds, and now they're growing into a bunch of little seedlings, which is so exciting. Definitely stay tuned for a video on that, because that's going to be really exciting. I look at them every day and I just like, I could cry with excitement. Oh my goodness. But yeah, anyway, this plant has given a lot of life in its time with me already. So I'm not mad that he has, you know, he's having some struggles right now, but we're going to be fine. We're going to be just fine. I have total faith that I will be able to bring this guy back from a stump. I'm just going to continue to water this guy. I did repot him recently because he was looking so sad. I chopped the leaf off, decided to check the roots. The roots all look really good. And in fact, I could see a root here before. I don't know where it went, but I could see roots in here before. So it is rooting within the pot here even more, which is fantastic. So it's alive, it's kicking, it's gonna do fine. I will pop a picture up here of what a Forgetii looks like. It's a beautiful, beautiful anthurium. It has no sinus. That's like its main characteristic, is that it has that closed sinus up top. It's Such a cool plant. It looks very spidery. There are all different kinds of like varieties of the forgetti as well, of course. I mean, there's different varieties of all different anthurium, which is like part of the fun, honestly, because everyone's been doing hybrids and all kinds of fun stuff. So there's a bunch of different kinds of forgetti. There's like the silver stripes. There's the dark form, which is stunning. I think Kaylee Ellen has a beautiful dark form forgetti. It's like crazy gorgeous. But I just love how unique the leaf shape is, and how like when those veins are really prominent, it just kind of looks like a spider sitting on the leaf. It's so cool. It's so unique. So yeah, one day I'll have a cool forgetti to show you. Well, I'll have more, because let me show you this next one really quick, which is, where is it? Ooh. This is one of the smallest philodendron anthurium that I'm going to show you, but not quite the smallest. So this little guy is the first anthurium that I have grown from seed. Now, this wasn't my seed that I grew myself. It was one that was so kindly gifted to me from someone off of Facebook Marketplace, if you can believe it. So kind, or a Facebook group rather, and he has grown and grown, and we are now 3 whole leaves and hopefully working on a 4th, and we've got a really cute super fuzzy root on there. So let me get that up close and personal so you can really see. So cute. Do you see that little fuzzy white root in there? Oh my goodness. So it is still just a teeny tiny seedling, so you can't really see any of like the characteristics yet of what this is going to look like, but I'm really excited. And it's still like, I've never grown forgetti from a seed before, but it, as of right now, does look like it has a sinus. Like if you look at this leaf here, it does look like it has a bit of a sinus on there. And you can almost kind of see a little bit of where that veination is popping. So stinking cute. So I'm really curious to see how this guy is going to grow and mature, and like how the leaf shapes are going to change and all of that, because yeah, I don't know. Anthurium are freaking fun, you guys. They're just like a box of chocolates, you know? You never know what you're going to get. The worst English accent. So sorry if we've got any Brits out there that heard that, because that was terrible. But at least I know, I guess. I don't know. Okay, moving along here. Let me show you the crystal blush. This one's really cool. So this is the plant that I crossed the anthurium, they're all anthurium, duh. But it's what I crossed the forgetti with and was able to make all those seeds with. So this is the silver blush. Let me show you this beautiful leaf first, because this one's actually looking good. This is her newest leaf. Oh, she's gorgeous. I just love how like blown out that veination is. Now, all of the other leaves are looking admittedly pretty sad. But like I said, this plant has given a lot of life. This is the plant that gave me all of the berries that popped all the seeds out of them. Yeah, she was putting in some work. And not only did she just push out this leaf here, which is so pretty, but she's also working on another inflorescence right here. And the next anthurium I'm going to show you also has an inflorescence that is working its way out. So there's nothing on here yet, no pollen on here yet or anything like that, thank goodness, because the other one's not ready yet. But I'm hoping that these guys will kind of line up with their life cycles, so that one will be in the female stage and one will be in the male stage at the like same time. That way I can just like rub the flowers onto each other and then hopefully make more berries. I would die, you guys. I would be so excited. Oh my God. Okay. So moving on, let me tell you a little bit more about this plant. This one I got from Aroid Market. It was the order that they so kindly just like sent me. It was absolutely amazing. I couldn't even believe it. But yeah, this plant has done so well, again, despite the way she looks right now. But let's just look at this new leaf again. Look at how awesome. And I just realized too, this leaf has a really unique shape to it also, because look at how like tight it comes down at the bottom there. Isn't that cool? Like, look at that. So beautiful. Wow. And then if I flip you around here, hopefully I can show you the back of the leaf, because it has such an interesting texture to it. I just find it so beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, this one does have that mound of sphagnum on top here, keeping it nice and moist. And when I water this plant too, I usually will water like into the very top, like of the opening of the cling wrap, so that it keeps that soil nice and moist, or not the soil, but the sphagnum nice and moist, and then it will drain down into the rest of the soil. But oh my gosh. And it has like a really light pink margin. That little edge around there is just super, super light pink. I don't know if that camera is even going to be able to pick it up, but oh, it is so beautiful. Okay, yeah, we'll move along here, but this is the silver blush, and I do believe it is a type of crystallineum. Like, I think it's technically a crystallineum silver blush. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I don't know. You guys. This is one of my favorites. She's so cool. Although I do want to know what you guys think of her. So this is, I'm going to say like a crystallineum no ID, because I don't know what it is. But look at her. Oh my God. She's so pretty. This is the first and only leaf to come out in my care. Well, actually, no, not the only leaf, but it's the first leaf to come out in my care. And she's freaking banging. She's so big. But you see, where is it on here? Let me take a look here. We've got some issues on the leaf. We've got some, what almost looks like rust spotting. I'm really not sure what that is there. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think. I'm hoping that it's just like a little bit stressed because it's putting out a new leaf and an inflorescence right now. So hopefully it's just like working really hard, but definitely let me know what you guys think that is there. Let me kind of get close up there. We've got some weird kind of stuff going on along the edges. So is that just like incongruent watering? What do we think? What do we think? I feel like I've been pretty good about watering it, but I also feel like she's been getting thirsty really, really fast. Let me show you the older leaves here. This leaf and then the other leaf it came with. This one's always been really curled up, but you know, no big deal. It came to me with this leaf here and this curly guy here that, like I said, has always been curly, and then popped out this giant leaf. Like, how are you gonna go from these to this? Like, that's crazy to me. So, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And when the leaf came in, it's such a beautiful color. Let me show you, because we do have a new leaf right here. Get nice and close, hopefully, so you can see that color. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I can't get over it. Look at the back of the leaf. It's so dark. It's like a chocolatey brown. Oh, I just whacked it. Oh, I hope I didn't get my lip gloss on the leaf. My bad. But yeah, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And this is super interesting too. I hope I'm not wiggling it around too much. The inflorescence is super, super red. Oh, sorry, guy. Do you see that? Do you see how dark that inflorescence is? So interesting. So that makes me extra curious as to like what kind of crystallineum this is. Is it a red crystallineum? Is that what that means? Because if so, I have more questions. But yeah, this one is such a cool plant. Like I said, not exactly sure what it is. I bought it from a local seller off of Facebook Marketplace. Major score on my part. I want to say I paid $35 or $40 for this plant. Like I said, he did just have these 2 leaves, so he wasn't looking as great. But the fact that he popped out this leaf, and literally within like a week or 2 of being in my house, he popped out this leaf. Like, okay. Stay tuned to see what happens with these 2 anthurium flowers. Hopefully I can make some more babies. That would be so cool. And if I did, real quick, just so we can have a quick reminder, it would be a cross between these 2 plants. That would be so freaking cool. Like, I would just die. I would be so excited. So yeah, hopefully this will work out and I can make babies of these 2 plants. Cross your fingers for me. Alrighty, I can't believe I've already been recording for like 30 minutes, but we are making our way through here. So let me show you the next one here. Let's do this little guy. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, So this is another one that doesn't look great, but we are actually doing pretty darn well. So this is the queenum, or the queen anthurium. So this leaf right here is obviously the best leaf that I have to show you right now. Let me get you up in there so you can really see her. But she is just a beaut, absolutely stunning. And she is working on, oh, I'm spilling water everywhere, my bad. She is working on a new leaf right here, which is super exciting. Where is it? Right here. There we go. Yeah. So super, super exciting. I think we will definitely be losing this oldest leaf here soon. It did come with 2 or 3 other leaves, definitely 2 others, because I just pulled off 2 dead, you know, once were petioles here. So I think that's probably it. Maybe 3. I don't know. It came with 2 to 3 other leaves when I purchased this plant from Equigenera, and yeah, he definitely had some, or she, excuse me, she's the queen, definitely had some acclimating to do getting into my house, like, for sure. Whereas like the king anthurium, no problems at all. She was a little bit more feisty with me. So, I mean, honestly, it was kind of to be expected. That's why I didn't want to get like a really large queen anthurium, although I did get the Esmeralda, hoping that it being a hybrid of something else would kind of make it a little bit easier and less finicky. That didn't really work out. But that is why I didn't want to get like a super large specimen right away, especially as an import plant for the queen, just because I had heard from so many different people on so many different channels and Instagram accounts and stuff like that, that she's kind of a picky brat. So with that being said, I am, what is that? Okay, we're good. It's just soil. But yeah, with that being said, I'm really, really happy with how this is doing, especially since I did get this just back in October and it's February now, so not that long ago, all things considered, and to be bouncing back so quickly, at least in my opinion, so quickly, I don't know, I just couldn't be happier. So no complaints here, nothing super crazy to say about this guy. I definitely don't let her get too dry before watering, but that's about it. She's been pretty low maintenance other than that, so yeah, I feel like I never show this one off. This one's really cool. So this guy is a hybrid anthurium. I ordered this off of Etsy from Salad Beard Farms. This is a radicans cross luxurians. Look at how cool. Got super, super corrugated leaves, really, really bumpy. And the leaf shape is slowly but surely changing up a little bit. This is like the leaves that came with the plant when I first got it. Like this little guy right here. And this little guy, they're so cute, but we're starting to get that more kind of loby shape at the top of the leaves here. There's our other kind of newer, larger leaf. Again, we are getting some of those lobes happening there, which is just beautiful. And then the backs of the leaves are gorgeous. So gorgeous. I don't have radicans or luxurians just by themselves yet, hopefully one day, but this being a hybrid, it seems to be really, really hardy. I haven't had any issues with it. Like I said, I ordered it from Salad Beard Farms off of Etsy. It was just a little tiny plug when I got it, so I did pot it up pretty quickly, and I think I do see a little tiny root down here, maybe. There might be a little tiny root in there, kind of like next to a piece of leca. But yeah, I haven't repotted it since getting it in. I did put it obviously in a larger pot because, like I said, it was just a little tiny plug, but the roots were looking really great when it first came in. So I just went ahead and potted up in a larger container, and he's been doing fantastic. I will say it took him a little bit of time to really start pushing out leaves. You know, after getting into my home, it took him, I would say, maybe like a month and a half to really start showing me some growth here, and now he just kind of seems to be on a roll. But I do kind of feel like that with the leaves being so thick and corrugated and just like, I don't know, they're really, really thick feeling, that maybe that lends this plant to being a little bit slower of a grower just because it's got to put more work into it. Totally just weird theory. But yeah, that's just kind of where my head's at with this one, because I do find this to be a little bit of a slower grower compared to one of my other smaller anthurium that I got right around the same time and right around the same size. I will show that one to you next, actually, because it's really, really pretty. Other than hardiness, I mean, it's an awesome plant. I love the red petioles. Hopefully you can see just how red they are there. So, so gorgeous. I really feel like it takes, I mean, hybrids, I feel like in general, always just take like best of both worlds of the mother plants. And that really seems to be the case for this plant. It's just so cool. And this is an anthurium that I have seen available at a local nursery here. So really, really exciting to be seeing more diversity and more options at our local nurseries. You know what I mean? As far as like uncommon plants goes. So, so exciting. So let me know if you've seen anything like this at your local plant store. I'd love to know, or any of these plants, obviously. Let me know if you've seen any of them locally. I'd love to know. Oh, I just realized too, I forgot an anthurium upstairs. I'll get that at the end. So the next plant here I have to show you, like I said, I also ordered this off of Etsy around the same time that I got that previous one that I just showed you. This is a Forgetti Silver crossed with Dorayaki. I feel like I'm saying that improperly, but this one I ordered from Green Hues off of Etsy. They've got an amazing Instagram account as well, so definitely check them out. I will link everyone that I can remember and think of to link in the description for you below so that you can check out all of these sellers that I can remember for yourselves. But look at this little guy. So this is one of the plants. Ooh, this is dry sphagnum, y'all. Okay, as soon as I finish with this one, I need to water this sphagnum because it's super dry and it kind of defeats the purpose when it's dry. But this is the plant, or the anthurium, where I've been able to see like the most growth and like happiness coming from the plant with having a mound of sphagnum on here. I just recently repotted this plant. It was super, super root bound, and it was in lechuza pond. It was the only plant in my care with that substrate, just because it came to me in that substrate, and it was super easy to care for. I was really scared, honestly, when it first came to me, because I was like, what are all these little rocks? Like, what's going on here? But it was actually really easy. So if you do have a plant or receive a plant in lechuza pond, just keep it moist. You know what I mean? Keep a little bit of water in the saucer is what I found. And it was super, super happy. But this plant has just grown nonstop for me. And the leaves are just like so cute and chubby. And like, what is this leaf shape? Like, that is so cute. Oh my goodness. We're finally starting to lose some of the original leaves that it came with. Like, I've got one crispy one here. Pop that little guy off of there. But you know what? Losing the oldest leaf on a plant is totally natural, totally normal. I don't think it's really anything to be afraid of or worried about, especially when it's consistently popping out new growth. Like, look at that. Look at that little leaf. Do you see the color? It's so beautiful. Oh. I can't get over it. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Easy care plant. Just same care as all the other ones. Honestly, I kind of feel like anthurium are like it's just another aroid. You know what I mean? Care for it as you would any other aroid. That's pretty much it. That's what I found, at least. I mean, there's obviously going to be some that are pickier than others, but I don't seem to have many of those in my care yet. So yeah, it's just easy and beautiful, and I'm really excited to see how much bigger this leaf expands, because that's like the coolest part, in my opinion, about anthurium, is getting to watch the leaves get larger and larger. It's just so satisfying. I absolutely love it. So yeah, again, this was the Forgetti Silver crossed Dorayaki from Green Hues on Etsy and Instagram. She actually has Green Hues. She's got 2 listings right now on her Etsy. I've had to stop myself from ordering them so many times, you guys. I'm really trying to be good about not spending money right now, but oh my God. The 2 crosses that she has available right now, I'll pop up pictures on the other side of me so that you know what I'm talking about. They're so pretty. So if you've been looking for a little seedling, you want to spoil yourself, they're nothing crazy expensive. I think they're $30 each. If you want to spoil yourself, look at how well they grow. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you need to do it. I just included this plant in my February favorites video. So if you saw that, You've seen this guy recently, so I apologize if you are sick of seeing this plant, but I'm not sick of showing it off. This is the Anthurium pallidiflorum. Ah, it's such a cool plant. This is a pendant anthurium, super strappy, super long. Like, are you kidding me with that? That's just crazy. The color and the very slight pattern on the leaves is just so beautiful. It just gets me. It just gets me. Look at that. I was shocked about how easy the care was with this plant. It's pushed out 2 leaves for me since getting it in October, which is awesome. This is the newest leaf it put out. It just finished hardening it off. I feel like I said that weird, but it just finished growing all the way. So it's fully hardened. It's not like super floppy or anything. It is pretty rigid. And we've already got, where is she? We've already got a new growth point right here. So I'm super excited. Super excited. I did get an inflorescence on this plant already. It has just come and gone. I had to just kind of let it do its thing, unfortunately. I didn't have any luck collecting pollen from it. And I'm honestly not sure. I mean, I know I could cross this with itself, which would be awesome to do, but I don't know if I could cross a pendant anthurium with a non-pendant anthurium. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below if that is even a possibility, because I would love to try it. I'm probably just going to try it no matter what eventually, just to see what happens, because why not? But yeah, I think that would be so cool. I definitely want any and all strappy anthurium now because they're just so cool. Like, look at that. That's crazy. I'm gonna try and hurry up through these last ones here so that I can beat my food delivery, my grocery delivery rather. I just watered this plant, so the saucer's got a lot of water in it. But this is another one of my very new acquisitions here from Aroid Market. So this is labeled as an anthurium crystallineum red. So I'm really interested to see what the inflorescence looks like when I eventually get one on here. But the leaves are just stunning, absolutely stunning. And I haven't had any issues with it so far, but like I said, it's brand spanking new. Although I do feel like there's a growth point that I see kind of popping out in there. So hopefully that'll come out soon. But it is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. I just love it. So yeah, Anthurium crystallinum red. I won't go on any longer about this one because like I said, just got it in. It hasn't really acclimated, I don't feel like, yet. So hopefully it acclimates okay to my environment and then we can just grow. Grow, baby, grow, hopefully. But yeah, isn't she beautiful? So cool. Okay, let me set this big old thing of water down. So now I'm going to show you my other crystallinum. I have a problem. I realize this, but is it really a problem? No. So this was the very first crystallinum that I purchased. This I actually got last year, I believe, on my birthday. So I've had this for almost a full year now. I got this in March. And yeah, it was a little birthday present to myself. She was $40. That seems to be what I spend for anthurium, kind of weird, but it is just absolutely stunning. I almost feel like you could say this is another like crystallinum, like no ID, you know what I mean? Because I don't really know what it is, but it's absolutely beautiful. This is one of the older leaves here that she came with. She put out this one in my care. I think this was the first one that popped out in my care. It got a little stuck on its way out and got a little ripped. And we've got this little cutie here. So beautiful. And, oh, you guys. So I have a growth point right here. And then right here, hopefully you can kind of see that. It looks like I'm gonna get an inflorescence right here. I feel like that's what that's gonna be. So I might have multiple opportunities of crossing for anthuriums coming up here. So that's super exciting. It's so cool because like for any other plant, when I get a flower on it, I'm always like, cut that sucker off. Because I want, you know, I want foliage growth. But with anthurium, it's almost like, ooh, bring on a flower, bring on 2. It's just so cool. So yeah, hopefully I'm right. And I'm pretty sure I am because that's how all the other ones have come out. They come out like along the petiole of an existing leaf, not like a fresh shoot of a leaf. So I'm like 99% sure that is going to be an inflorescence. So hopefully I'll be able to try and cross this crystallineum with something else, another crystallineum probably. Oh, and actually, oh, do you see the pot? That's really root bound, you guys. Oh no. Let's see if I can pull her out of here. That's bad. Oh, I'm gonna need a vacuum, but look at that. You guys. Okay, she needs a repot. Yikes. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, well, add that to the list. We'll repot this guy eventually. So yeah, my other crystallineum. So this little cutie, this is another one that's been on quite the journey with me. I've already talked about this, so I won't go too long about it because I feel like I've talked about this one quite a lot lately because she's just so cute and so pretty and I'm really proud of her. But this is the Papillium Cross Magnificum Verde. She's such a wiggly little guy right now, but isn't she gorgeous? Now, this leaf right here isn't nearly as magnificent as the leaves that this plant came with originally when I got it from Aroid Market, but we're doing okay. We are regrowing, and I have really, really high hopes for this plant that one day she's just going to be like a big banging specimen. So, you know, let's just wait here, and one day she's going to be absolutely stunning. I mean, she's already stunning, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to splice in the plant that I forgot upstairs so that you can see that one real quick. This is my anthurium peditary. Look at how cool. Very fingery, kind of like weed leafy almost, you know, but obviously like very sprawled. But like when they're kind of little like this, you know, if you were to like draw a weed leaf, like, you know, that would be it, right? That's pretty cute. But when they get more mature, I think they just start to get more and more like sprawled out and get more branches. I'm not 100% sure actually, so I'll find some sort of photo for you to pop up over here of a more mature peditary. But this guy is super cool and it's been pretty easy, although I think I got it with pests. So it's kind of been a constant struggle, but he's just been living in the bathroom, getting sprayed down all the time. So I feel like we're finally at a pretty good place. So he might be able, maybe soon, in like a week or two, to go back into the grow tent. So wish him luck. All right, back again now to finish out this video of my anthurium collection. I have one last exciting thing to show you. Now, these in here are a bunch of seeds from the silver blush that I was able to cross with my Forgetti-Eye Silver Stripe. I have another container just like this filled with more seeds, but I just grabbed one just to show you today. And look at all of those little babies in there. Do you see all those little popped seeds and those little tiny leaves? Yeah, I'm so excited. I like can hardly contain myself. So I think in another like week or two, I'm gonna go ahead and start separating these guys out into just a different little thing of sphagnum where I can have them, you know, have the roots separated so it's not so crazy when it is time to divide everything up. But I can't believe it, you guys. I can't believe that so many of these have popped already. Like, do you see all those? Absolutely crazy. It's just wild. So yeah, again, I'm gonna do a whole separate video on these and how this whole process has gone and how I did it in the first place. But yeah, those are all of my anthurium in my collection currently. I, for some reason, feel like I am still forgetting to tell you about one, but I'm pretty sure that that's all of them. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Let me know what anthurium you think I should add to my collection next. I definitely have a bunch on my wish list already, but let me know what you think I should add to my collection next, and let me know what your favorites are from this video and just in general. All right, you guys, I'll see you in the next one.